So we are NeuroClues. Our aim is to become the brain stethoscope and provide CNS biomarkers in a blink. Why did we start the company? Is because we want to give back to society what society has invested in us. So I started the company with my two co-founders, both called Pierre, both been doing research in neuroscience for 15 and 20 years, frustrated to see doctors still use their fingers where there's much more to get from an eye movements. And so that's how we decided to launch NeuroClues. So the EIC is really literally a great accelerator, but make sure you fit within the criteria before you start the process. Contact your national contact point. That's the first thing I would advise to do. We've done it too late. And make sure you're investing the time at the proper time. So there is a moment in your life, in your development life roadmap where you fit in these criteria and not before, not after. Don't underestimate the amount of work you need to do because it takes about a year, and I think our file was about 200 pages at the end. So it's a lot of work. There's some constraints regarding timing, so you need to fit in the criteria, but it's a massive accelerator. It's today, I stand here representing NeuroClues thanks to the EIC. So we're benefiting from the EIC support, having access to investors thanks to deal flow, having our pitch deck reviewed and fine-tuned, having access to events like today where we can meet investors in person, and having access to coaches that help us think further, challenge us in our venture. So what we're doing is we're developing an eye tracking lab. So basically we're replacing today the follow my finger test that is performed at the generalists, at the neurologists, at the neuro-ophthalmologists. We're replacing this with a solution allowing them to extract all the benefits from an eye movement. So we have a proprietary hardware, software, cloud solution that allows to do the test in a 5-step process and collect non-invasive biomarkers that are robust to detect neurological diseases like Parkinson's, which is our first indication. And our ambition is to become that brain stethoscope to help neurologists and then in the longer run help general practitioners identify these early signs of cognitive decline before the other symptoms are appearing, before you can't do this anymore, you can't touch your feet, the tip of your nose or walk online. Before all these symptoms appear, actually you can see it in the eye movement. So we want to bring these biomarkers into the clinics and help the social security and help our whole system identify these early on in order to increase quality of life of these patients, because they would be taken care of earlier in their disease progression. So any health tech startups has to succeed in the European health space, because Europe, it's a single market and it's important to think big from the start, certainly in the healthcare space. Second advice is make sure you surround yourself with people that have done it before, because the healthcare space is very complex. It's very constrained with regulation. The adoption for new technology is really hard. So make sure you surround yourself with coaches and people that have done the hard work before and that can help you, give advice, challenge you. And then the third advice would be stay open-minded. Listen to these people that have done it before. Listen to their advices to make sure that you're building the best product to bring on the market.